Hey guys, I know I'm not usually in my usual reviewing spot. That's because I'm actually preparing for another review. A very special one, which of course I won't spoil. So, the reason why I'm here is, it's the 10th episode! Yay! So, yeah, from Pac-Man World 2 up to this episode, 10 great episodes. So, I want to thank you guys who did subscribe and comment on the videos, and of course liked them. It really means a lot to me. Despite me only having like very little subscribers, that little means a lot, really, in here. So, without further ado, let's get back to the review. Hit it, intro! Hi there, people of the internet. You're watching Ozone. What's up, YouTube? This is not another bin review. I know I said before that I would be doing more bin reviews. However, I decided not to, because I want to give special love to these games. Similar to the Bakugan 2-parter.
Hi there, people of the internet. You're watching Ozone.
On games based off TV shows from my childhood. And these are all completely random choices. So what games are we covering? Well, they are Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, Wipeout the Game, Wipeout 2, and Pokken Tournament. Wait a second, Pokken Tournament? Yes, Pokemon is from my childhood, and I could review one of the DS games, but I don't know where my copy went, so this is the closest thing I have. And I would save this for an anime month, but nah, this is special. The only game that I wish I could do was the Naruto games, but I decided to save that for a Naruto month. So, let's get started. The first game we're going to look at is this one, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension for the Nintendo Wii. Now, I love Phineas and Ferb. I grew up with the show ever since I was roughly 7 years old, and trust me, if you don't believe me, well, So, to show you that I wasn't kidding when I said I was a huge fan, I have some Phineas and Ferb merchandise to show you. So in addition to having this game, I also watch the TV show and the movie constantly, especially the movie. I also have Phineas and Ferb figures from Disney Infinity. Phineas over there, and P there. The only problem with these figures is, because Phineas' eyes are painted over here, when you turn them like this, yeah, it got creepy really fast. I also have these power discs, which makes your stand box look like Danville. And finally, I have two things I've gotten from book fairs, because I was one of those kids who actually didn't really get books from the book fair. So I got this Agent P spy kit, which has all these great features, including this decoder, the phone, which I really hope, which I doubt. Let's do this. Oh wait, it actually works. That's awesome. And last but certainly not least, this little hearing device, so you can hear what people are saying in another room. Ultimately, this was the greatest thing to come out of Perry the Platypus. And the last Phineas and Ferb merch I have is this book. This book is based off of the show. It's called The Robotinator, and it was based off the episode, The Droids and Furbots, where Phineas and Ferb created clones. this is pretty much just a storybook showing every depiction of the robots, including Phineas and Ferbots, Robot Rodeo, and yes, even Flop Stars, which is pretty awesome. Which is the one where they sing Gitchy Gitchy Goo. As you can see, you could also create your own robots. But unfortunately, I've lost all the pieces to the robots. Then a droid, Ferbot, Building Bot, and Bullbot, which was pretty cool. So, let's actually get back to the game. Now, for those who don't know what Phineas and Ferb is, here's how it basically works. You got a kid named Phineas and you got a kid named Ferb. Both really good inventors and have 104 days of their summer vacation. They build stuff, and they have all these great characters. Their Platypus is a secret agent, as you could tell. He fights this evil pharmacist that actually creates robots, and they always call them Menators. Not robots, but machines. And, of course, the theme song was great. The Doofenshmirtz theme was great. Isabella, Baljeet, Buford. The songs were great. So in 2011, they made a movie. And it was pretty good. It had great animation. And it was pretty good. Just good production. It was about them helping the evil villain go into a second dimension where that villain is actually a good villain and not just a pharmacist. Now, if you actually want to learn more about it, go actually watch the film. So, around the time that the film came out, they made this game, Phineas and Ferb Across Second Dimension for the Nintendo Wii. Now, here's the thing about this game. It takes place after the movie, so it's going to be very weird to talk about. Now, I can't really spoil anything because I'm not really sure there's anything to spoil, but anyways, if you want to see the spoilers for Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, the movie, then you better skip to this time frame in the video. So, here's how it works. Phineas and Ferb help the evil pharmacist go into an alternate dimension where they find out that the pharmacist actually ruled the world. And what ended up happening was that Perry the Platypus was actually a secret agent. Everyone knew that, but it was a big shock when they figured it out. Phineas, of course, got mad. They met all their counterparts, they did some song numbers, and then they do a straight-up Avengers climax where the evil pharmacist actually goes into the real dimension and puts all of his robots with a great theme song and some great inventions. All the characters' memories are wiped. So this is actually a non-canon movie. Okay, hey guys who are spoiler-free people, let's get back to the review. So this game is pretty much simple. They go back to the second dimension. And it's a pretty good show. It's a very good story. But we got to talk about the game itself. I think I've rambled long enough about this show. The graphics are kind of they're not bad, I guess, for Disney Interactive Studios. It's not bad, but it could be better. However, I will have to give credit to the voice actors. They got every voice actor from the original cast to actually appear in this show, which is very good. Now, if you want a game's gameplay to compare to, it's similar to a game called The Simpsons game. No, not The Simpsons arcade game. The Simpsons game for the Nintendo Wii. That only came out a couple of years before this game. This game is a 3D platformer where you can pick from 6 possible characters. 10 once you unlock them. Phineas, Ferb, Agent P, the alternate dimensions version of Phineas and Ferb, and Agent T. Yes, Agent Turtle. Now, why did they create him? I don't know. I guess they just wanted more merchandise. The other thing is that Agent T actually appeared in the movie. However, they call him as a new character, which is not true. The thing is also, is that this game, not gonna lie, steals some footage. So, if you want to steal some of that good animation, it happens frequently. Not really frequently, but only in the opening and the ending, you see some of the original animation. The gameplay is one of the bane of my existence because of this thing. The nunchuck. Now, to those who don't know me, and if you watch my previous reviews, you know this, but I hate the nunchuck. My nunchuck keeps breaking on me. When you plug it into the Wii remote, it always never works. It always gets disconnected because of the jostling. You see? Right here, the Wii remote. Pretty simple. But this is the little nunchuck jack. When you try to stick the nunchuck in there, it doesn't work. And that's the biggest problem. This game should have been NES style. You don't know what that means? It means horizontal like this. Not like this. But yeah, that's not the worst of my problems. There is a problem much worse. Now, I've talked about a ton of problems. Graphics, there's microtransactions, DLC in general. Well, this game doesn't have DLC. It has what you call a lack of content. Here's what you have to unlock. Costumes, characters, and figurines. That's it. And the story mode can probably be in roughly 5 hours. And honestly, there should have been more. Even licensed games sometimes do side missions where it's not connected to the actual story, but are like little mini missions that could be based off the show. And yeah, that's my biggest problem with Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. There is just barely any gameplay. It's good, but there's not enough, which is a big problem with this game. Also, there was a DS version of this game. I'll have to cover the code, but you can actually unlock Agent T in the DS version by entering a code in the Wii version. As you can see, there's what the DS version looks like. And of course, I didn't do this in my previous reviews, but here's the disc. I like the black look. I could have just done the thing where they put artwork, but I actually kind of like the disc. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the first ever game that I learned had English and French instruction manuals. And on the back, there's an advertisement for Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. That game is not bad. What am I saying? I haven't even played the game. If you guys want me to review Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, link down below or comment down below if you want me to review that game. But yeah, there's even tips and tricks for a game like Phineas and Ferb. But is there anything else good about it? Well, yes. There is one more good thing about Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. And that is the level design. I think that they nailed the level design in this game. They have a variety of locations, or dimensions, and the boss fights are interesting. I mean, where in a game would you be able to play as a robot version of Queen Elizabeth facing off against a business suit wearing robot by doing Nintendo Wii and nunchuck motions? Only this game, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, where you can say that that can actually happen. So, what's my thoughts on Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension and its rating? Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. For a TV show licensed game, it wasn't bad. It actually was a very good game. A lot better than I expected. Graphics are pretty good. Graphics are kind of they're decent. As a variety of gadgets, the level design is very good, and is faithful to the show, not only in voice acting, but in writing. The downside is, again, the graphics are kind of and there's a lack of content. Also, the fact that there is nunchuck support. There should only be, like, standard Wiimote support. Oh, one more problem with this game, and it is very minor, but in the game, there are mini-games. There's a claw game, and there's a bowling game. This is how you unlock tickets to get certain items. How come there is no more than 2 ways to get tickets? I wish that there was more mini-games, and they were actually based off the show. These are totally my opinion, but if you want some suggestions, you could have a game where Phineas and Ferb have to build inventions, and you have to complete the inventions, and then you get tickets. I get that it's supposed to be like a carnival game, but still, you can have a little bit of freedom. The rating for this game is very tricky. Honestly, I'm not going to be biased and because it's a childhood property. I could just say it's 10 out of 10 because it's a childhood property. No. 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 No games are perfect. I'm going to say that right now. I'm making games 10 out of 10s, but trust me, no games are perfect. That's never happens. So this game, I'm going to have to show some tough love to. A 7.5. That is what this game gets. It gets a 7.5. Which, hey, there's been worse games. It's better than Pac-Man World 2. And, yeah. Overall, if you're a fan of Phineas and Ferb, and you have a Wii, or a PS3, because this game also came out on the PS3, I'd say pick it up. However, if you are not a fan of Phineas and Ferb, then don't even bother. This is really made just for fans of the show. Oh, one more thing. This also game came up with a poster. Unfortunately, I moved that poster from my walls, so that all of these things could be in my room. But, it's not there. So again, if you're a Phineas and Ferb fan, just pick it up. If you don't bother. So, stay tuned for part 2, where we review Wipeout the game. The worst Wii game I ever played? Well, you'll just have to find out. Until next time, this is Ozone. See you guys later. Peace. Oh, okay, wait. Before I go, I have to show you this cool thing. So remember this thing, the voice recorder? Yeah, you can do this. Sorry, I just need to show you that. Alright, see you guys later.